You might think you've seen every scary movie Netflix has to offer, but these ones slip under the radar.
You said only 19.
From cult terrors to supernatural nightmares, these are the hidden horrors that'll make you sleep with the lights on. Number 10. Sinister 2.
Hush, hush. Boogeyman.
Released in 2015, Sinister 2 picks up where the first film left off, only this time, evil has found a new home. A mother and her twin sons hide out in a rural farmhouse, hoping to escape an abusive past, but instead they stumble straight into the grasp of Bughul, the ancient deity of corrupted innocence. Each night, the ghostly children of Bughul's past victims lure one of the twins to watch grainy home movies that turn family life into ritualistic slaughter. The film swaps the 8mm tapes of the original for 16mm reels and ham radio recordings, expanding the mythology while keeping the dread intimate. While critics called it a step down, Sinister 2 still nails the uneasy mix of domestic drama and demonic folklore that made the first movie so haunting. Number 9. Clown.
Self-changing.
Before John Watts was directing Spider-Man, he made something far more disturbing. Clown, released in 2014, begins as a dark joke. A father finds a clown costume to save his son's birthday party, and turns into a body horror nightmare when the costume refuses to come off. The colors fade, the laughter dies, and the man inside slowly transforms into an ancient demon called the Cloyne, cursed to devour children. What makes Clown so unnerving isn't just the gore. It's the tragic descent of an ordinary man becoming something monstrous. With Eli Roth producing and Peter Stormare adding gravitas, it's a small, brutal film that takes an absurd premise and plays it completely straight. The result? A grotesque fairy tale that turns childhood joy into something you'll never look at the same way again. Number 8. Until Dawn. Until Dawn takes the cult favorite PlayStation horror game and reshapes it into a cinematic nightmare that traps its characters and the audience in an endless time loop of death. Directed by David F. Sandberg, known for Lights Out and Annabelle, the film follows a group of friends stranded in the eerie mining town of Glore Valley, where each brutal night resets after sunrise. Every restart brings new terrors, masked killers, Wendigos, and the creeping realization that survival might mean sacrifice. With Ella Rubin, Michael Cimino, and Odessa Azion leading the cast, the film embraces its B-movie heart while delivering a stylish meta-twist on the slasher genre. It's bloody, self-aware, and full of claustrophobic dread, proof that even when you hit retry, some nightmares don't let you win. Number 7. The Wretched.
Dad, Mom's being...
Released in 2020, The Wretched is a wickedly effective low-budget horror film that proves sometimes all you need for a scare is a creepy forest and an old witch next door. Directed by brothers Brett and Drew Pierce, it follows Ben, a rebellious teenager spending the summer with his dad in a sleepy lakeside town, until he realizes something ancient and hungry is living in the woods. A witch has taken possession of a neighbor and begun erasing the memories of her victims' children one by one. What unfolds is part Rear Window, part The Witch, and all practical horror magic. Shot for just $66,000, it became a sleeper hit during the pandemic, topping the box office 6 weekends in a row. Small budget, big chills, pure nightmare fuel. Number 6. The Strangers.
Open the door, and I just want you to run, okay?
Released in 2008, The Strangers remains one of the most chilling home invasion horrors ever made because it feels like it could actually happen. Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman play a couple whose quiet weekend getaway turns into a nightmare when 3 masked intruders show up in the middle of the night. There's no motive, no backstory, no supernatural twist. Just the raw terror of being hunted for no reason at all. Inspired partly by the Manson murders and a series of real-life break-ins, the film's minimalist approach makes every creak of the floorboard unbearable. Its now iconic line, "Because you were home, still sends shivers down spines years later. If you want slow burn dread and pure psychological fear, this is the one to watch this Halloween. Number 5. Incantation.
会住到你的脑袋里面去哦。
Released in 2022, Incantation is Taiwan's highest-grossing horror film and one of the most cursed viewing experiences on Netflix. Presented as found footage, it follows a mother, Lee Ronan, who documents her desperate fight to save her daughter from a terrifying curse she unknowingly unleashed years earlier. What makes it truly disturbing is how it breaks the fourth wall. The film asks you, the viewer, to chant along with an ancient incantation, not to protect yourself, but to share the curse. Mixing superstition, religion, and viral internet culture, Incantation blurs the line between fiction and ritual. Its clever editing and unsettling realism make it feel less like a movie and more like something you shouldn't be watching. Just remember, once you've seen it, it's already too late. Number 4. His House.
Not going back. There's no witch.
His House, 2020, is a haunting blend of supernatural terror and real-world trauma. The story follows Bol and Rial, refugees from war-torn South Sudan, trying to rebuild their lives in a crumbling English home provided by the government. But as they settle in, they begin hearing whispers through the walls and seeing the ghost of their lost daughter. Soon, it becomes clear that something evil crossed the sea with them. Directed by Remy Weeks, this Netflix film weaves horror with heartbreak, exploring guilt, grief, and the ghosts of one's past, both literal and psychological. Its scares are sharp, but its emotional weight is what lingers. His House isn't just about what's haunting the home, it's about what's haunting the people inside it. Number 3. Escape Room.
Who would do this?
Released in 2019, Escape Room takes the fun of puzzle solving and twists it into a deadly fight for survival. 6 strangers, each with a dark past, are invited to try a new escape room experience for a $10,000 prize. What starts as a harmless challenge quickly turns sinister when the rooms themselves become traps designed to kill. From an oven that locks them inside to an upside-down bar where the floor collapses, every puzzle is more dangerous than the last. As alliances form and secrets unravel, the survivors realize these games are tailored to their own traumas, and someone is watching their every move. Smart, tense, and relentless, Escape Room turns psychological horror into a high-stakes thrill ride that keeps you guessing until the final puzzle. Number 2. The Ritual. The Ritual, released in 2017, follows 4 friends hiking through the dense forests of northern Sweden to honor their friend who died in a tragic accident. But grief isn't the only thing haunting them. After taking a shortcut through the woods, they stumble upon strange symbols, a mutilated animal hanging from trees, and an eerie cabin filled with pagan effigies. As night falls, something ancient begins stalking them, a creature born of Norse mythology and human sacrifice. What starts as a story about friendship and guilt turns into a primal fight for survival against a godlike monster that feeds on fear. Moody, atmospheric, and psychologically unnerving, The Ritual is a masterclass in tension and isolation, where the real horror isn't just in the forest, but in the past they can't escape. Number 1. Smile.
None of them survived longer than a week.
Today's my 4th day.
You might have already seen Smile, but if you haven't, now's the time. This terrifying psychological horror is leaving Netflix soon, and it's one you don't want to miss before it's gone. The film follows Dr. Rose Cotter, a therapist who witnesses a patient's shocking suicide and soon begins seeing the same eerie, smiling faces everywhere she goes. What starts as trauma turns into a curse, one that feeds on fear, guilt, and grief. As Rose's reality begins to unravel, she must confront her past before the entity claims her next. With Sosie Bacon delivering a haunting performance, an atmosphere thick with dread, Smile is a nightmare that stays under your skin long after it's over. Watch it while you still can, and whatever you do, don't smile back. And that's a wrap on our countdown of Netflix's most underrated horror gems. From the cursed rituals of Incantation to the twisted grief of his house and the smiling terror that haunts Smile.
Where we are!
These films prove that the scariest stories often hide just below the algorithm's surface. If one of these gave you chills just from the trailer, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because we're always digging up more hidden horrors you won't find on your typical watch list. Which one are you watching first this Halloween? Or did we miss a terrifying must-watch still lurking in Netflix's shadows? Drop your pick in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay spooky, and we'll see you on the couch.